Hi everyone, this is Payam from Budapest Real Estate Organization. As an expat who live in Budapest for 17 years, I would like to share with you my opinion about buying properties in Budapest. Stay with me. You will see in this video and in our previous videos that the information we give in our channel are mostly general information and honest information, and we hope they will be useful for you. However, if you decide to use our services, we are a real estate company. Our office is located in the center of Budapest, and we are here to help you if you need to buy or rent or invest in properties in Budapest. Investing in real estate in Budapest has always been a question. If you're among a group of people, a lot of people are against it. A lot of people say it's a good idea. Now I'm going to tell you my opinion and my honest opinion and experience regarding that. But before that, let's talk about what we can all agree in Budapest. If you drive around and see around what is happening in the city, you can see new highways, new schools, hospitals, and great infrastructure that is happening in Budapest, and it can easily be seen that it's not just the beginning. It's keep going. There are many lands to be built, and there are many construction that are happening. So I'm sure this is something that we can agree on. Maybe this gives us a message that, things are gonna get even better. Well, we don't know. This can happen, but yet it doesn't mean that it's a good investment. But it's actually a good point to consider. Another thing that we heard recently is that they are building this student city that is in the 9th district in Budapest. This is a very big project that the government has planned on. One of the main reasons of that is that the students have a lot of options to take in Budapest and travel here, but there are not enough accommodation for students. This is one thing, and not just the students, there are a lot of other foreigners, workers, employees. There's Nokia, there's all these big companies that they, hire people, and they just, they don't have enough places for them to stay. When you are investing in a newly built property, the prices never went down. Even during COVID, the prices of newly built apartments did not drop. However, in the center of Budapest, as there are many classical buildings that are renovated, like apartments that are renovated inside, we have been witnessing that the prices drop, especially because of the Airbnb, lack of tourism and stuff like that. But we can honestly say that in Hungary, or in Budapest at least, COVID did not affect the prices as much as it did in the other capital cities, as far as I know. So you can check that out to be sure that all the things I'm saying are correct. But yet, don't forget, this video is about my experience as an expat in Hungary who live here for 17 years in Budapest. So what I see is that there are less and less empty lands in Budapest. The buildings are being built, the apartments are being sold almost too quickly. It's unbelievable to see how fast the apartments are being booked. It's because there's always demand. There's always somebody who will rent an apartment here. And one of the greatest things is that if you buy an apartment in Budapest, after 5 years, when you sell your apartment, on your profit, you're not paying any taxes. The tax will be zero after owning an apartment for 5 years. This is also one of the it's a great thing to actually pay attention to. It's always a good idea to buy a property and decide to have it rented for this amount of time, and then you will most probably sell it, because what I have seen is that after 5 years, the price always go up, and maybe it's time for you to sell, make some profit, and just keep redoing the whole process again, because a lot of people do that, and believe me, it's worth it. Now, there are really good projects out there, great constructions being built with awesome developers, and it's ready for you to sign a pre-contract. Even some of them will be ready 3 years from now, and you can only start by paying 25% now and 75% by the end when you receive the apartment. I will definitely share with you some of those projects in my next video. Why is it a good idea to buy property, especially as an expat in Budapest? Number one, great lifestyle. You can barely see an expat here who doesn't like Budapest. It's an awesome city, it's very good to live here, the costs are great, and there are many good things to tell you about it. Number two, Hungary's economy, it's booming. It's getting better, you can totally see it, the developments are happening. Do not listen to the negative people because they are the ones who don't take the risks, and yet this is not a risk. I mean, if there is, the risk is very little. You're buying a property in an awesome city with a lot of potential, so don't miss that. Number three, you can always easily rent your property. You need to just make sure you put the right amount of equipments in there, good furniture, and they always get rented. This is what we always guarantee to our investors. We actually take responsibility for renting their apartments. And this is a very good thing. Remember, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that there are a lot of demands because there are a lot of students, a lot of expats come to Hungary, in Budapest, and there's not enough properties and accommodation for them to rent. So this is something that you have to consider, and it's a great thing. It's a great reason for you to start investing in Budapest now. Number four, great yield percentage. I've read in some of the articles that says do not trust the agents that give you a promise of yield of 6% to 7% a year. This is absolutely not true. You have to know that there are many apartments that they can actually give you back this percentage, especially if you consider giving it for a short-term rental during summer. One of the best ways of using your property as an investment is that doing a long-term rental from, let's say, beginning of September till June, and then have June, July, and August as a short-term rent for tourists or even Hungarian locals. They come from other cities and they actually rent your apartment for short term. So therefore, you can easily reach that percentage. It depends on how much do you want to get involved with your investment and whether you use a management company or not, but there's always a good percentage coming back to you after your investment. So everyone, these were some of the reasons from the many reasons to consider when deciding to buy a property in Budapest. And I would like to let you know that we are here. Our office is in the center of Budapest. We are in contract with the best developers in Budapest, and we are able to show you some of the best projects that are under construction, or any other type of an apartment that you're looking for. We'll give you an honest consultation, and we will be with you in every step of a matter from day one when you decide to buy your property and all the way when you decide to rent it. So feel free to contact us, and I wish you guys all the best. Have a great day.